Welcome in to South Warren Ballpark. My name is Sam Reeves, here to bring you another edition of Duelers Baseball. Tonight we have your Franklin Duelers and the Fulton Railroaders yet again. The Duelers coming in with a record of 6-3. The Fulton Railroaders at 5-4. Duelers coming off of a 14-4 loss last Sunday against Paducah. Fulton was supposed to play at home against Louisville yesterday, but due to a medical emergency, Louisville wasn't able to make it to Fulton. Learned from Scott Guyman, the head coach of Fulton, that everybody was okay with Louisville, so that's important and good to hear. But they've been off for a couple of days now as a result. So that is where we stand here. About ready to begin things as quickly going through the starting lineups. First for the visiting Fulton Railroaders. Leading off, the second baseman, Jorge Vallet. Hitting second, the shortstop, Aiden Cloud. Batting third, the catcher, Ryan Lee. And the cleanup spot is the designated hitter tonight, Wesley Mann. Batting fifth will be the third baseman, Parker Estes. Hitting sixth in left field, Landon Rogers. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Ryan Callahan. Hitting eighth will be the first baseman, Jackson Shoulders. And rounding out the starting lineup for Fulton will be the right fielder, Tennessee Carranza, with Brooks Cooner on the mound. Again, for the Railroaders, Vallet, Cloud, Lee, Mann, Estes, Rogers, Callahan, Shoulders, and Carranza. For your homestanding Franklin Duelers tonight, they will start like this. Leading off, the designated hitter, Jonathan Evans. Batting second, the shortstop, Jackson Musrock. Hitting third and center field, Sam Slaughter. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Jay Curtis. This will be Jay's Duelers debut tonight. Batting fifth at second base, Matt Jenkinson. Hitting sixth, the first baseman, Mark Castle. Batting seventh in right field tonight, Quincy Smith. Hitting eighth and catching, Brett Rowell. And hitting ninth, rounding out the starting nine for the Duelers, will be the left fielder, Trey Ann Dorsett, with Jacob Hernandez on the mound. Again for the Duelers, Evans, Musrock, Slaughter, Curtis, Jenkinson, Castle, Smith, Rowell, and Dorsett, with Hernandez on the mound. Your umpires behind home plate tonight will be Wayne Seeley. The first base umpire is Tim O'Day, and the third base umpire will be Dave Upright. The Duelers in their all-blue uniforms tonight, with the blue pants, blue tops, blue numerals and lettering trimmed in red and gray. The Fulton Railroaders in their brown visiting tops with the orange numerals and lettering trimmed in white with the gray away pants. So we are just about under 10 minutes to go until first pitch of this ball game between the Duelers and the Railroaders. We'll take a quick break and be right back for first pitch after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in here with you, Sam Reeves, here this evening for another edition of Duelers Baseball. The Duelers taking on the Fulton Railroaders here tonight from South Warren Ballpark here in beautiful Bowling Green, Kentucky. Again, up here with Renard Grace running the scoreboard and Jay Sutherland doing Game Changer. And PA with us back tonight. About ready to get things underway. Only about 4 minutes until opening or until the first pitch. As Duelers have two new roster additions. As Jay Curtis is now a member of your Duelers. He is from the University of Dayton and also New Orleans, Louisiana. Plays catcher, first base, and third base. Jay will be starting at third here tonight. Also, for the Duelers, Jared Grenz, an outfielder from Colorado Mesa University in Cody, Wyoming, has made it to the Duelers. He's been on the roster all season, but he has just got to the area yesterday. So those are two additions to watch out for here tonight. As the Duelers coming off of a loss to the Paducah Chiefs, 14-4 on Sunday. And it was a game that Coach Kyle Schexner told me the team would likely, learn from, of course, but then like to forget. The Duelers didn't play very well. As welcome back into the press box, Renard Grace here with us, here to run the scoreboard. Thank you to him for his help tonight. We always appreciate the POs coming up here and helping us out. Although tonight, I'm sure they're glad to be up here because it's air conditioned up here, so that's a big plus. As Renard coming off of his start on Sunday against the Chiefs, and now up here with us tonight. Quickly going through the lineups for the Duelers, it will be Jonathan Evans, DH leading off, then Jackson Musrock hitting second, Sam Slaughter in the 3-hole, Jay Curtis cleanup, Matt Jenkinson in the 5 spot, Mark Castle hitting 6th, Quincy Smith hitting 7th, Brett Rao hitting 8th and catching, and Trey Dorsett, the left fielder, hitting 9th. Jacob Hernandez will be on the mound for his second start of the year. As in his first start of the year, Hernandez, 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a 4.50 ERA for Jacob from Bossier City Community College and Houghton, Louisiana. So Jacob will be taking the mound. Jacob's been up here with us all week, so I'm excited to see him pitch once again. We appreciate his help as well. Finally gets to do his real job out there on the mound here this evening. So that is how we look again. The umpires tonight, behind the plate, Wayne Seeley, the first base umpire, Tim O'Day, the third base umpire, Dave Upright. We have the national anthem, and we will be right back with the first pitch after this. Welcome back into South Warren Ballpark. My name is Sam Reeves here with you for another edition of Duelers Baseball. As we're in for the first inning, your first inning brought to you by Woody's Glove Repair. We'll mention more about them in our sponsorship reads later on, as the standoff has been occurring, and looks like we might have lost that one for the first time all season. First into the box for the Railroaders, Jorge Vallet. Then Aiden Cloud and Ryan Lee, 1, 2, and 3 to lead off this ball game for Fulton. Jacob Hernandez throwing his warm-up pitches. And we're about ready to get things underway. As on the season, Jorge Vallet, the leadoff man for the Railroaders. A lot of speed. Remember that from the first two times we played them this year. Hitting .273, 22 at-bats, 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 doubles, 1 homer, 1 RBI, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, 5 stolen bases, been caught 2 times. The Railroaders as a team hitting .276, a .404 OBP, and 11 home runs as a team. As Vallet will be the first one to step into the box, the right-handed hitter facing Jacob Hernandez. Again, from Bossier City Community College in Houghton, Louisiana. The right-handed pitcher wearing number 3 on the mound. Here we go. First pitch is low and away, ball 1. Next one on the way. On the ground to third, Curtis. A nice pick over there and over to first. Jay Curtis is into the action right away in his first game as a Dueler. Gets the first ground ball right over to him at third. Makes a nice backhand pick and fires over to first for out number 1. Aiden Cloud now to dig in for the Railroaders. The shortstop here this evening. First pitch, lined well foul for third base side, strike 1. Cloud wearing number 3 for the Railroaders from the University of Montevallo in Rome, Georgia for the shortstop for Fulton tonight. Next pitch from Jacob. On a ground to third. Curtis has it on a hop. Another throw over to first is in time. 2 ground outs to third for the Duelers, top of the first. Curtis has no problem with either one. And they're 2 down here, top 1. Ryan Lee now digs in, the catcher from Northwest Mississippi Community College and Cleveland, Tennessee. He will be the third man to greet Jacob Hernandez here. 2 up and 2 down for Jacob as he gets the sign from his catcher, Rowell. Here comes the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. The Duelers again, 6 and 3 on the young season. The Railroaders 5 and 4. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. 1-1 from Hernandez to Ryan Lee. Lee on the season, .240 average. That's the 1-1. A little bit low, maybe away, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Another ground ball to Curtis. And then over to first. That's 3 up, 3 down. And well, Jay Curtis is into the game. 3 ground outs to third. And the Duelers after the top of the first. No score. They are coming up to bat after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. While we have a moment, we would like to thank some of our sponsors. That include Kundo Flooring. For all your flooring, tile, and backsplash needs, Kundo Flooring is the right choice. Contact Phil Kundo at 931-561-8607 for more information today. Also, El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill, located at 1403 Nashville Road. El Mazatlan is the proud supporter of the Duelers. Also, Holly J's Bar and Grill in Franklin, Kentucky. You can find them at 1326 Nashville Road. Holly J's is available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate their continued support of Duelers Baseball. As back in here, ready to begin the bottom of inning number 1. It will be the top of the order, of course, for the Duelers. Jonathan Evans, Jackson Musrock, and Sam Slaughter due up against the starter Brooks Cooner for the Railroaders. Cooner, the left-handed pitcher from the University of Montevallo in Centerville, Alabama. On the year for Cooner, also plays a little bit of outfield. As Cooner, 2 appearances, 2 starts, 12 innings pitched, 4 hits, only 1 run, 2 walks, and 14 strikeouts, an ERA of 0.75. So one of the better pitchers for sure on this Railroaders roster is taking the mound for Fulton here tonight. First man that will greet him, Jonathan Evans. First pitch, line down the third base line, fair. Jonathan will hit first and pull up with a leadoff single. A good start, one pitch, and a hard single down the line for Jonathan. Jackson Musrock, the shortstop, will dig in now with one man on and nobody out here, bottom of the first. Musrock from the University of Memphis, wearing number 21 tonight. Evans off of first. First pitch is inside and low for ball 1. Musrock on the season. 300 batting average exactly. 30 at-bats, 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. 2 stolen bases as well for Jackson. Facing Brooks Cooner. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Evans takes off. A beautifully executed hit and run. Evans gets up and heads to third. The throw in there is not in time. The throw back to second, also not in time. Evans pulls into second, and it's second and third with nobody out for the Duelers. You couldn't have thrown that ball any better if you're Jackson Musrock. The second baseman had to go over and cover the bag on the stolen base attempt as Evans dove into second, got back up, and headed to third. On the throw to third, Musrock continued to run and took second base on a close play out there. But it's second and third, nobody out for Sam Slaughter. Duelers looking to do some damage here early on. Second and third, nobody out. Cooner's first pitch to Sam Slaughter. He'll step off. And now back on the rubber. First pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Nothing in 1 your count. As 0-1 to Slaughter. Here's the next one. Sam on a line and fair down the right field line. That ball will go all the way to the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Musrock to score with ease, and Sam Slaughter slides in feet first safely into second with a double. The Duelers firing on all cylinders here early, 2-0. Franklin still nobody out in the first. This pitcher has only given up 1 run in 12 innings all season long as Cooner, and he's already given up 2 without recording an out. First pitch to the newest dueler, Jay Curtis, on the way. As Cooner gets a sign, here it comes. Curtis checks a swing, takes a ball low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jay Curtis from the University of Dayton hit .283 at Dayton this past season. Caught for the first 25 games and then moved over to third. That's where he's starting here tonight. Next pitch from Cooner. Low and inside, ball 2 to Jay Curtis. Jay Curtis is the grandson of John Curtis, who is the owner of John Curtis Christian School, formerly the employer of the head coach for the Duelers, Kyle Schexnayder. Runner takes off and goes to third, a swing and a miss. A throw down there to third is in time to get him. And Kyle's not very happy with Sam Slaughter. He must have went on his own there and ran himself into an out, as Kyle over there at third is very upset with his center fielder. Now nobody on, 1 down after the caught stealing. Jay Curtis, 2 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch. A nice breaking ball, bends in there, strike number 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the New Orleans, Louisiana native. Here it comes. Outside, ball 3. Good take right there by Curtis. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. To the big third baseman wearing number 38 for the Duelers. Here's the full count pitch. On a ground to third, and that is foul, just outside the bag. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Curtis stands 6 foot, weighs in at 235 pounds. Of course, went to John Curtis Christian High School. As a 3-2, it's a breaking ball, low and inside for ball 4. And that's a walk for Jay Curtis. 1 on and 1 down for the Duelers. As Matt Jenkinson, the second baseman, will now dig in. Curtis off of first and 1 down. Matt back at second today after starting at third base and shortstop the last few games, but back at second where he started opening night. First pitch. On a line up the middle, Vallette bobbles it, and he has no play. That will go as an error on the second baseman, Jorge Vallette, and it's first and second now with 1 out. That would have been probably a tailor-made double play, and instead the Railroaders get no outs. And E4 on Vallette makes it first and second. 1 down for Mark Castle, the first baseman from Young Harris College. Mark awaits the first one from Cooner. Here it comes. On the ground. Cooner lets it go by him. Tough play for the third baseman. Estes, throw to first. Not in time. He's off the bag. And the bases are loaded now. It looked like Cooner had a chance to get that one coming off the mound, but he made a conscious choice to let it go over his head and let his third baseman, Parker Estes, get it. The throw to first pulled his first baseman off the bag, and the bases are loaded after the infield single. Infield single for Castle. Bases are juiced for Quincy Smith, the right fielder. Hit a massive home run 2 nights ago against Paducah. First pitch on the ground, foul, third base side, into the hands of Kyle Schexnayder. As Renard Grace is over here describing it, he absolutely pimped the homer, and Renard is correct. It was a bomb over the right field wall, and Quincy made sure everybody knew. 0-1 is low, ball 2. Excuse me, it hits the bottom of the zone, strike 2 called. Quincy turns back at the home plate umpire, Wayne Seeley. But this 0-2, here's the pitch from Cooner. Outside did he go? Appeal from the catcher, no swing. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Quincy Smith. Quincy from Southern University. The 1-2. On the ground is short. Cloud to Vayette for one. Over to first in time. And a double play for the Railroaders. 6-4-3 gets them out of the inning. But the Duelers put on 2 runs here, top of the first, and lead the Railroaders by a score of 2-0 after 1 complete. We'll be right back with inning number 2 after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. While we have a minute, we would like to continue to thank our sponsors. That include El Potrero Cantina and Grill, located at 270 Trotters Lane in Franklin. El Potrero is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Also, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. If you need mortgage assistance in the Bowling Green area, contact Kellyanne Sanders at 270-421-3157 today. Also, Peekaview Imaging. Whether it's 2D, 3D, or 4D ultrasounds, Peekaview is the place to go for your imaging needs. You can find them at 107 Roby Street in Franklin. We appreciate their support of Duelers Baseball. Also, SureStay Hotel Bowling Green North, located at 700 Interstate Drive in Bowling Green, Kentucky. SureStay by Best Western is the official hotel of the Duelers. If you're coming into town, be sure to check them out. Wildfire Barbecue. Check them out at 105 State Street in Franklin. Available for dine-in or carry-out. Wildfire has been serving delicious barbecue in the region for over 20 years. Wildfire is the official barbecue restaurant of Duelers Baseball. Wesley Mann will be the first hitter to greet Jacob Hernandez here in inning number 2. After the Duelers put a 2-spot up on Brooks Cooner and jump out to a 2-0 lead. Wesley Mann, the big DH, digs in from the right side. Hernandez on the mound. First pitch coming. Inside and low, ball 1. Wesley Mann on the season, 261 as the next pitch hit on the ground, and Curtis has got time. Throws over to first, and Air Miles to throw into the Railroaders dugout. Over to get it as Castle. Mann will pull into second, but not before the error on Jay Curtis over at a third. And there's a man on second now with nobody down. Jay made all 3 of the plays in the first with ease. All 3 5-3 groundouts to Jay over to Castle. He had a chance in the first batter of this inning as well, but overthrew his first baseman by a wide margin. Parker Estes, the third baseman, now into the box, hitting .423 on the season. Hernandez from the stretch, first pitch. Outside, ball 1. Parker Estes from Murray State University. 26 at-bats, 12 runs, 11 hits, 1 double, 2 home runs, one of which against the Duelers the other night here. 6 RBIs, 12 walks, and 9 strikeouts. The 1-0 from Hernandez. Here it comes. Lined on the ground and fell. 1 ball and 1 strike now. I find it a little bit funny. The newest member of the Duelers who just arrived has had their first 4 balls of the game hit directly to him. Made the first 3, an error on the 4th. As the next pitch is line foul. First base side this time, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Parker Estes. Parker wearing number 5 for the Railroaders. Hitting in the 5-hole tonight. Hernandez gets a sign from Rowell. Here comes the pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Defensively for the Duelers, Brett Rowell behind the plate, Mark Castle at first, Matt Jenkinson at second, Musrock at short, and Curtis at third. Left to right in the outfield, Dorsett, Slaughter, and Smith. 2-2. Here it comes. A breaking ball just misses the outside corner. A good spot by Jacob. Didn't get the call, though, from Wayne Seeley. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch from Hernandez on the way. Just misses yet again. And it's ball 4. 2 on, nobody out now for the Railroaders. Jeez. Next batter into the box, Landon Rogers, a left fielder. With 2 guys on, first and second, nobody down for the Railroaders here in the top of the second. A bunt by Rogers. Hernandez off the mound to get it over to first in time for out number 1, but a sacrifice works successfully for the Railroaders. Now second and third, 1 down. As I will edit the score, I apologize for that. Forgot to do that. Currently 2-0, your Duelers in front. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the newly added scoreboard here. Debuted that against the Paducah Chiefs on Sunday. Took a little bit of time to work out the behind-the-scenes technology side of the scoreboard, even though it's just on your screen here. But once we got that figured out, it should be good for the rest of the season. As the first pitch to the next hitter is in there, strike 1. Ryan Callahan, the center fielder, digs in. From Wright State University in Bexley, Ohio. 0-1 from Jacob Hernandez with runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. 0-2 now. Hernandez gets ahead with runners in scoring position. Hernandez looks in to get the sign from Rowell. Ready to go, ahead 0-2. Here it comes from Hernandez. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That's a big strikeout for Jacob Hernandez, and runners stay at second and third now with 2 down. Jacob buckles down and gets a K when he needs it most. Runners still second and third, now 2 outs. For the eight-hole hitter, Jackson Shoulders, the first baseman. First pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Shoulders from Kentucky Wesleyan College in Eddyville, Kentucky. Listed on the roster as a pitcher, but also plays a little bit of infield apparently, as he's starting at first base here tonight. Next pitch from Hernandez from the stretch. Here it comes. And the dirt blocked nicely by Rowell to keep the runners where they're at. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here on a very hot night, 93 degrees here at South Warren High School. At 7:30, it's 93 here in southern and south central Kentucky. 1-1, here it comes. Swung on and missed by Shoulders. 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Jacob Hernandez. Trying to wiggle out of a jam. Top of the second. Hernandez gets the sign, the 1-2. Outside on a slider. Now count evens it up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Duelers with 2 runs in the first inning on a 2 RBI double by Sam Slaughter after singles from Jonathan Evans and Jackson Musrock. Fulton with a tying run on second and 2 down here in the top of the second. Hernandez, the 2-2 pitch, 2 shoulders on the way. fouled off, and Jackson will stay alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. On the season, 3 at-bats for Shoulders. No hits quite yet. 2 runs scored, though. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jackson Shoulders. Runners on second and third. 2 outs for Jacob Hernandez. Here comes the pitch. A breaking ball is fouled off behind the plate, and we will do it again at 2-2. Here at South Warren Ballpark for Game 6 of an 8-game homestand. The Duelers back at home tomorrow night, 7:05 against the Madisonville Miners. And then we'll be wrapping up the long homestand Friday night, 7:05 against the Paducah Chiefs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Outside and low, count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Duelers have played very well on the homestand. A 4-1 record on this homestand. To make the record overall 6-3. Here comes a full count pitch from Hernandez. And it's strike 3 call. The delayed call by Wayne Seeley, but tremendous work by Jacob Hernandez to get out of the jam. Second and third, 1 down, a strikeout and a strikeout to the next 2 hitters. And after 1.5, the Duelers still up 2-0. We'll be right back with more Duelers baseball on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in here, Brett Rowell, the catcher, to lead off from Coastal Alabama East. And Shalimar, Florida, takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Here's the next one from Cooner, outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Duelers. Pitch is low and in the dirt, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to the Duelers catcher tonight, Brett Rowell. On the season, Brett hitting just .091, 11 at-bats, 4 runs, 1 hit. As it's 3-1 now. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. As the next pitch is into the hole, it's short. Cloud on a backhand. A long throw to first. Not in time. Rowell will beat it out. An infield single is hit number 2 on the year for Brett, and the Duelers have their leadoff man on in the second.
And coming up to bat, the left field, number 8 is Steelman College, Treyon Dorsett.
Treyon Dorsett now up. Wearing number 8 for the Duelers from Stillman College. As yesterday against the Chiefs, Treyon was 2 for 3 with a walk, so a good game. Gets him back in the starting lineup here for head coach Kyle Schexnayder. The next one on a line to right. Back goes Carranza. He misplayed it. It's off the wall. Tran's got to be careful not to pass Brett Rowell, and he makes sure of that. Rowell will just go to second and stop there. As that's a single for Treyen, and his hot streak will continue. Runners first and second. Maybe a little bit of a misread out there by Rowell at first. The ball was over the head of Carranza. He kind of misplayed it. He didn't break on it right away either, so I don't really blame Brett, but maybe could have been closer to halfway when the ball was hit and possibly gotten to third, but the Duelers will gladly take first and second, nobody down for the top of their order. And Jonathan Evans here in the second. First pitch, a breaking ball is high, ball one. Jonathan a single to lead off the game in the first. Hit the first home run for the Duelers just a few nights ago. The 1-0. It's the bottom of the zone, strike one called. Jonathan, 19 at-bats, 5 runs, 2 hits, 1 homer, 1 RBI, 7 walks, and 9 strikeouts, though. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Every time up there, Evans will work a professional at-bat. Every single time, despite the fact that he only has 2 hits on the year. A bunt by Evans over to third, and it's a good one. A tough play for Parker Estes, not in time. And that might be a good way to get heated up if you're Evans. A beautifully executed bunt down the third base line. Beats it out for an infield single, and Jonathan's 2 for 2 tonight. As Musrock will dig in, but first we have a meeting at the mound. It will be Musrock into the box. Cooner. Is that the end of the day for Brooks? We'll find out. A long meeting at the mound. Looks like he'll stay in the ball game up there on the rubber. First mound visit on the day for the Railroaders. Jackson Musrock will dig in now. The shortstop had a single in the first inning of play. Jackson on the year, hitting .300 coming into this one. That will go up a couple of points after the single. That's first and second, nobody out. First pitch. A breaking ball is low, ball one. Musrock, the right-handed hitter, digs in and awaits the 1-0. Here it comes. Outside corner, strike one called. Musrock back in the box against the lefty Brooks Cooner. Here comes the 1-1. Fought off, fouled, first base side, and that will land in foul territory, and it's 1 ball. And 2 strikes now. 1-2 to Musrock. As the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch from Brooks Cooner on the way to Musrock. Hit on a line to second. Valette over there, and it's past him. That's 1 run. Schexnayder tells the following runner, Dorsett, to stop at third. Runners advance 90 feet, and the bases are loaded now with nobody down. Add another run to the score column for the Duelers as well, and it's 3-0. Sam Slaughter now digs in for his second AB of the day. Three to nothing. Your score now. Duelers in front. Sam Slaughter digs in. Had a 2 RBI double his first time up. First pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike one. Slaughter started his collegiate career at the University of Memphis, then transferred to Calhoun Community College. where he hit very well this past season and will now be going back up to Division I at Belmont next year. The 0-1. Inside, a snap throw back behind the runner is there in time. And that's an out. As Musrock is picked off at first, leaning a little too far. And that's out number 1. Now second and third for the Duelers. Slaughter still at the dish, facing a 0-1 count. The secondary lead from Musrock there, just a little too far and couldn't get back from the throw. As the next one on the ground, Vallette can't get that one either. It's into right. 1 run scores. Evans around third to the plate. He is safe. Slaughter over to second. The ball's into center. Sam will get up and head to third. And he will be in there standing up. As that is a double officially. Advances to third on the error. You could even give that a single, honestly, on the throw to the plate, but I'll say it's a double. 2 RBIs as well. Sam's got 4 of the 5 RBIs tonight. Jay Curtis now digs in, the third baseman. First pitch to Jay is ball 1. 2 in the first, now 3 in the second. Makes your score 5-0 Duelers. Next pitch hit on the ground. Foul, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Jay Curtis. The 1-1 in the air. First base side foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. This past year as a junior at Dayton, played 45 games for the Flyers, started 41 of those. Again, started the first 25 games as a catcher, then played the next half of the season, mostly a third. Drove in 13 at 2 homers, also 2 doubles and 17 runs scored for Jay. As he's behind in the count now, 0-2. Pitch is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was 1-2 previously, now 2-2 evens the count. The next one, in the air, to right, Carranza there. Here comes the runner from third. The throw to the plate is cut off and no throw is made home. That's an RBI sac fly for Jay Curtis as Sam Slaughter touches home. And it's now 6-0 Duelers. Tremendous piece of hitting there by Curtis. Did not do too much and just get the ball in the air, drive in a speedy Sam Slaughter from third. Duelers now up 6-0. Still only 1 out here in the second. Pitch to Jenkinson now. On a line, down the line, foul, just foul, third base side. A lot of wood on that one, just barely foul. Past the third base bag, down the line in the left. Next one to Jenkinson is outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Duelers with nobody on, 1 out for Matt Jenkinson, who reached on an error by the second baseman Bayette in the first inning. Next one inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Next one outside, ball number 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Excuse me, 3-1. The next one from Cooner. Low, ball 4, and a walk to Matt Jenkinson.
Coming up the bat with first base, number 22,
Mark Castle now to dig in for the Duelers. Had a single his first time up, now up with Matt Jenkinson off first and only 1 down. Or now 2 down, on the pickup of Musrock and then the sac fly. That's 2 outs. This is why I'm not a math major, folks. As 2 down, and Jenkinson off first. The first pitch was in there for a strike, 0-1. Here's the next one. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Like I was mentioning, in 2 starts and 12 innings pitched for Brooks Cooner so far this season, only gave up 1 run, and his strikeout to walk ratio was almost 10-1. But the Duelers have hit him hard here tonight. So next pitch is ball 2. Pitch. Foul ball past third base, and it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the 6-hole hitter tonight, Mark Castle. Has been hitting anywhere in the 3 spot down to the 6 spot this season as Mark. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging. As Castle's still in the box and flings his bat toward the dugout in frustration. But the Duelers add 4 more runs and lead the Railroaders 6-0 after 2 complete. We'll be right back with a third after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. The Duelers would like to take this time to thank some of our sponsors. That include Woody's Glove Repair. Located in Franklin, Kentucky, Woody's brings old baseball gloves to life, or back to life, and gives new ones a custom look. They offer relacing, repair, and break-in services. You can take your glove to the next level with Woody's Glove Repair. Also, Heidi Barks Photography. You can find Heidi at Heidi Barks Photography on all social media platforms to check out some of her work. Contact her via email at HeidiBarksPhotos@gmail.com or call 270-999-7240 to schedule your next shoot today. Also, we'd like to thank Fresh Squeezed Goods. They offer customized laser cut and engraved gifts for every occasion. Dads, grads, corporate promotions, parties, and events. Visit FreshSqueezeGoods.com to start a custom order today. As we're back in here, ready to begin the third inning of play, Tennessee Carranza, the 9-hole hitter, the first to greet Jacob Hernandez here in the third. First pitch, in there, strike 1. Carranza starting in right field here today from Brawley, California, the University of Montevallo. Next pitch is ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tennessee with a purplish bat. The wood painted purple with the wood handle there. The light grain wood color on the handle. The purple barrel for Tennessee. Kind of like that, actually. It's definitely different, but I personally am a fan. Hopefully his bat heats up after he leaves tonight, after he leaves Bowling Green. The 1-2 is outside on a slider from Hernandez. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two and 2 to the 9-hole hitter, Tennessee Carranza. Here comes the pitch from Hernandez. Outside corner, strike 3 called. And Carranza will sit down after striking out looking. Jorge Vallet will dig in now. Grounded out to third to lead off the ball game. Jorge from the University of Cumberland and San Juan, Puerto Rico. The pitch. In the air, foul, first base side, 0-1 from Jacob Hernandez. Jacob from Bossier City Community College in Houghton, Louisiana. Second start of the year for Jacob. The next pitch, a little bit low for ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Duelers, 6 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. The Railroaders, no runs, a lot of goose eggs on the scoreboard. Let's go with that as the next pitch is strike 2. I know it's just the third inning, but still, baseball is very superstitious. That's all I'm going to say. The 1-2. On the ground, foul, and it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hernandez facing the top of the order, second time through the order for the Railroaders. One and two, the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3 swinging. That's another K for Jacob Hernandez, number 4 on the day. Two up and 2 down in the third. Aiden Cloud, the shortstop, will dig in now. He grounded out to third, his first at bat. First pitch from Hernandez. Low in the dirt, past Brett Rao, the catcher. It's 1 ball, no strikes. The Duelers in game 6 of an 8-game homestand. The 1-0. Outside corner, strike 1 called. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. To Aiden Cloud from the University of Montevallo. The pitch. On a line to third, right to Jake Curtis, who brings it in with no problem. And that's the end of the top of the third. Still 6-0 Duelers after 2.5. We'll be right back with the bottom half after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. While we have a moment, we would like to take the time to thank Visit Bowling Green. You can go to visitbgky.com or call 800-326-7465 to learn about all the exciting events going on this summer in the Bowling Green area. If you're coming into town, be sure to, of course, check out the Duelers. They're playing good baseball into this game at a 6-3 record, but also plenty of other events to do to look into while you're here, some of which on the screen now for you to check out. Of course, don't forget, go to visitbgky.com to learn more today. We'll see if Cooner is back on the mound for another inning. It appears as though he is. He will be back for another inning of work after giving up 6 runs already in just 2 frames. This Quincy Smith will be the first to dig in for the Duelers. The 7-hole hitter grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in inning number 1. First pitch on a line to second. Ballette brings it in, and that's out number 1 on 1 pitch for Cooner. Brett Rao, the catcher, digs in now at a single in inning number 2 to lead off the second on an infield single. In the hole and short. First pitch inside for ball 1 to Brett. Defensively for the Railroaders, Lee behind the plate, shoulders at first, Vayette at second, the pitch. Curveball bends in for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cloud at short, Estes at third, left to right in the outfield, Rogers, Callahan, and Carranza. The pitch is swung on and missed by Rowell. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Duelers 6, Railroaders nothing here in the third. The pitch on the ground to first. Shoulders has it. Will go over 2 steps to the bag at first. Step on it. And that's out number 2.
And I have to back to center field. Number 8, trade on for set.
Treyan Dorsett digs in. First pitch outside, ball 1. As a pop-up over to first is caught over there by Shoulders for the third out. And Dorsett is out for out number 3. After 3 complete, though, the Duelers up 6-0 over Fulton. We'll be back with the 4th. Jacob Hernandez back to the mound after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Leading off here on the top of the 4th, back here with you, Ryan Lee will be the first to dig into the box here in inning number 4 against the Duelers starter, Jacob Hernandez. Lee catching tonight. The other catcher, Wesley Mann, is DHing as the pitch is lined to left center. Back goes the left fielder, Treyan Dorsett, to bring it down. That's 1 pitch, 1 out for Jacob Hernandez here in the 4th. Here is the aforementioned Wesley Mann, reached on an error by Jay Curtis at third in inning number 2 and his first debut of the night. Mann, the designated hitter here this evening, digs in, the right-handed hitter. First pitch coming. On the ground foul, third base side, 0-1. Here at South Warren Ballpark in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Again, my name is Sam Reeves. Thank you all for joining us here for another edition of Duelers Baseball. Once again, another matchup between the Duelers and the Railroaders here early on this year. The 0-1 is outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Or 1 ball and 1 strike. I can't talk this inning. Holy cow. My apologies. It's 1-1 to Wesley Mann. Here comes the next one from Hernandez. On the ground foul, just got a piece, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Up here in the press box, above home plate here at South Warren, alongside Renard Grace. starting pitcher for the Duelers, running our scoreboard here tonight. And to his right, Jay Sutherland running game changer in PA here for us. That's the 1-2. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Following Wesley Mann will be Parker Estes, the third baseman. He is in the on-deck circle over there for the Railroaders. The 2-2. A breaking ball just missed the inside corner, and the count is full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A nice pitch there by Hernandez. Just couldn't clip the inside corner. Mann awaits the payoff. Here it comes. Fastball fouled off on the dish. We'll do it again at 3-2. Duelers' next game on the road as they're home again tomorrow against Madisonville, off Thursday. Back home Friday, then head to Du Bois County. Saturday night at 6:30 Eastern time start there. The 3-2 fouled off by Mann. We'll do it again. Before heading back here to South Warren on Sunday, I believe, to take on the Hoppers. I'll double check that for you here in a second. The 3-2. Low and outside for ball 4, and a full count walk for Hernandez to Wesley Mann. Now a man off first and 1 down for the Railroaders. Parker Estes, now the third baseman, will dig in. As yes, the Sunday opponent back here at South Warren is Hoptown. From the stretch now, Hernandez. First pitch to Estes is fouled away, ball 1. The Duelers back home Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of next week before heading back on the road. Runner goes, throw back behind him is not in time. Mann is back in, standing up. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike to Parker Estes, the third baseman for the Railroaders. Reached via a walk in the second. The 1-1 from Hernandez. First to throw back to first is not quite in time. Diving back in safely is Wesley Mann. On the season, Mann has yet to attempt a stolen base, 0 for 0. The pitch in the air to right field. Over goes the right fielder, Quincy Smith, and that will land untouched in foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the outfield for the Duelers tonight, Treyan Dorsett is in left, Sam Slaughter is in center, Quincy Smith is in right. The right fielder these past few nights, Jonathan Evans, is DHing here today. As the count is 1-2 from Jacob Hernandez to Parker Estes. A throw back, and they have the runner man in a rundown. Throw over to second, chasing him back to the bag and tagging him is Musrock. And that's an out for the Duelers on the base pass. Nice awareness over there by Jacob Hernandez on the mound to catch Wesley Mann leaning. Got him in a rundown, and the tag was finally applied by Musrock, chasing him back toward first. 2 outs now. Nobody on, and a 1-2 count to Estes. Hernandez gets his sign. Here it comes. Breaking ball just outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On deck hitter for the Railroaders, if Estes can reach, is Landon Rogers, the left fielder. The 2-2 pitch to Estes. Here it is. In the air, foul behind the plate. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez gets his sign. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike three. Add another K to Jacob Hernandez's name as Parker Estes flings his helmet back towards his dugout. That will end the top of the fourth. Still the score, Duelers 6, Railroaders nothing, as the Duelers coming to bat after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in as the press box is rocking to Stacy's mom right now. You gotta love it. That's a classic. As Jonathan Evans will be the first into the box here in this half inning. Still facing the starter, Brooks Cooner has had a very rocky first and second. Calmed down though in the third. No runs allowed in that last inning. And now back out there for the fourth for the lefty. First pitch to Evans. Breaking ball outside corner, strike one. Cooner steps off the back of the rubber. As on the day for Brooks, 3 innings pitched so far, 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 strikeouts, 5 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. As it's now 0-2 to Jonathan Evans. Southern University, born and raised in Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. The 0-2. Swung on and missed on a golf swing by Evans on a pitch in the dirt. He will go down swinging for out number one.
Coming out the bat, that's shortstop. Number 21, Jackson Musrock.
Jackson Musrock digs in now. 2 for 2 for Jackson on the day so far. Single in the first and another single, but with an RBI attached in the second. Calls time and steps out of the box. Apparently that was called strike one. I thought Musrock called for time. Apparently it wasn't granted by home plate umpire Wayne Seeley. It's 0-1 to Jackson Musrock now. The next one. Outside corner, strike two called. 0-2 to Jackson. Back in the box, here comes the pitch from Cooner. On the ground to short, Cloud on a hop. Fires over to first in time. Cloud to shoulders for out number two.
Coming up the bat, the center fielder, number 23, Sam Slaughter.
Sam Slaughter the next to dig into the box. Sam is also 2 for 2 on the day. 2 doubles for Sam and 4 RBIs. Sam's driven in 4 of the 6 tonight. Other run driven in by Jay Curtis on a sac fly. Pitches foul off, strike one. And the final sixth run, so far at least, driven in on the RBI from Musrock. So 4 RBIs for for Slaughter, 1 for Curtis and 1 for Musrock here so far. The 0-1 is a breaking ball. Low, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Here in the bottom of inning number 4. Next pitch is low, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. From Brooks Cooner, the left-handed pitcher. Starter on the day for the Railroaders. Duelers starter Jacob Hernandez has looked very good through 4 innings of work so far. The pitch. On a line foul, third base side. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Fought off by Slaughter. He will stay alive. We'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Inside, ball 3. Full count now, 3-2. Cooner thought he had the end of the inning and was walking off the mound. Home plate umpire Wayne Seeley said, "Not so fast. Get back up on the rubber." And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Slaughter. Here's the payoff. A breaking ball almost hits him. That's just inside, though, ball 4. Then Sam will take a 2-out walk.
Now to bat the third baseman, number 38, Jay Curtis.
Jay Curtis now digs in for his third at-bat. A sac fly RBI in the second and a walk in the first. So technically, the walk doesn't go to an at-bat. Neither will the sac fly either. The sac fly might. I need to double check that. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments if a sac fly counts as an at-bat or just a plate appearance. The walk I know for sure doesn't, as Curtis lines one to the wall right center, and that ball is off the wall. Around third comes Slaughter to the plate. The relay throw goes to third. That's an RBI double for Curtis. He now goes to third as the throw skips by Parker Estes. He'll pull in there, standing up. An RBI for this newest dueler, Jay Curtis. It's now 7-0 as Curtis stands on third. As I've conferred with my colleagues who both play baseball up here, and they've affirmed what I thought was the case. The previous at-bat by Jay Curtis, not an at-bat, just a plate appearance. So that was technically Jay's first at-bat, as he had a walk and a sac fly. Made the most of this one, though, and an RBI double. Stands on third via the error. It's now 1-1 to Matt Jenkinson with Curtis off third. Your score 7-0. I'll fix that here in a second on your screen. The next pitch is low for ball 2. 2-1. Two and one on the ground, chopped to the pitcher as they will tag Curtis. That was an interesting decision, but they get the out after 4 complete from the South Warren. Your score, Duelers 7, Railroaders nothing as we head to the 5th on the Duelers Baseball Network. Leading off the 5th inning for Fulton after both benches were warned by home plate umpire Wayne Seeley after the last inning was completed. Tripping going on from both sides apparently, so both benches are warned. As Jacob Hernandez is back for his 5th inning of work. First batter he faces Landon Rogers. First pitch on the ground, a third, foul. Past Jay Curtis and a foul ball. Rogers a sacrifice bunt, his first time up. The score 7-0 Duelers. 7 runs on 10 hits for Franklin. Landon Rogers back into the box. 0-1 your count. Here's the pitch from Hernandez. Low, ball 1. In the dirt, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. As the on deck hitter, Ryan Callahan, will go get that foul ball and hand it back to home plate umpire. 1-1. Here it comes. On a line down the left field line. Will that stay fair? Yes. Into the corner. Point into second. And to stand up double is Landon Rogers. That is the first hit of the game for the Fulton Railroaders. It took them until the 5th to get it. As man on second, now nobody out after the leadoff double down the left field line. Ryan Callahan, the center fielder, struck out swinging, his first time up in the 2nd inning. Now up for his 2nd at-bat. He will dig in from the right side against the Duelers starter, Jacob Hernandez from Bossier City Community College in Houghton, Louisiana. Looks into his catcher Rao to get the sign. From the stretch, here comes the pitch. As a balk has been called on Hernandez before the pitch. And Rogers will take 3rd. You could hear the Railroaders dugout in full force after that balk was called. And on 3rd now, nobody out. Hernandez back up on the rubber. Looks in to get the sign. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 1 by Callahan. Callahan from Wright State University, the outfielder from Bexley, Ohio. Next one from Hernandez from the stretch on the way. High, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Duelers, 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Railroaders, no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors. So far in this one, we are in the top of the 5th. The 1-1. That ball is absolutely crushed to left center. Will it get out? Yes, it will. That ball is crushed to left center and gone into the parking lot. A 2-run homer for Ryan Callahan gets the Railroaders on the board. 2 runs scored. It's now 7-2. As Wayne Seeley tells the Railroaders dugout to head back where they came from, as they are fired up over there. It's now 7-2. As Jackson's Shoulders will come up to the plate now. Shoulders in his first at bat in the 2nd struck out swinging. Hernandez back from the windup, first pitch. Breaking ball, and there's strike 1 called. Shoulders, the 8th place hitter at first base here tonight. Next pitch from Jacob. On a line right back to the screen in front of us. Foul ball, 0-2. Low balls, 2 strikes from Jacob Hernandez to Jackson's Shoulders. Here it comes, the pitch. Fastball looked like hang outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Duelers 6-3 on the young season. The Railroaders 5-4. The pitch. Popped high in the air. Over goes the second baseman Jacobson and the first baseman Castle. It will be Castle to put it away on the edge of the outfield grass. And that's one down here in the fifth for Jacob Hernandez and the Duelers. Tennessee Carranza, the right fielder, will dig in now. Struck out looking in his first AB in inning number 3. The big right-handed hitter awaits the first one coming from Hernandez, and it's on the way. Swung on and missed a breaking ball, 0-1. After Carranza, the lineup will turn back over to the top, and Jorge Vallet on deck. First, the 0-1 is swung on and missed, no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 to Carranza. The pitch is high and away, ball 1. That's Tennessee's father, Pedro Carranza, is on the coaching staff here for the Railroaders. I believe that's him over there coaching first base. The pitch, low and away, ball 2. Evens it up now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, I need to change the score here. I apologize, guys. It's now 7-2. Duelers still in front. The pitch, on a line. The shortstop Musrock on one hop. Over to first. In time to get him. Nice play out there by Musrock. Another 2 down now. Jorge Vallet now into the box for his third at bat of the day. A ground out to third and a strikeout for Jorge so far tonight. First pitch from Hernandez. That ball's popped up behind the plate. Raul can't see it. Can anybody else? No. And it drops foul. That one landed in play, obviously in foul territory, but in play, a chance for Raul to catch it, but he just didn't see it. This is a tough time of night where the ball could maybe blend into the sky just a little bit. The pitch. A nasty breaking ball is swung on and missed. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Jorge Vallet. Here comes the pitch from Jacob Hernandez. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called by home plate umpire Wayne Seeley. That's another strikeout for Jacob Hernandez to end the inning. Tremendous work out there by Jacob Hernandez. Obviously, the home run was given up, but no further damage, and the Duelers head to the bottom half of the 5th. Still up by a score of 7-2. We'll be back with more Duelers baseball after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. As we have a new pitcher on the day, Will Buck for the Railroaders. Will, the right-hander from Northwoods University in Rochester, Michigan, That's the final line of the day for Brooks Cooner, the starter. 4 innings pitched. 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 2 strikeouts, and 3 walks. As Will Buck will warm up. As Buck, the new pitcher, into the ball game. He will be facing 6, 7, and 8. Castle, Smith, and Rao here in the 5th. 7-2 your score. Duelers in front of the Railroaders. Will Buck on the season on the mound for Fulton. His numbers here in a second. 4 appearances, 3 and 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, all 4 earned, 6 walks and 6 strikeouts with a 14.73 ERA for Will Buck. First batter he faces is Mark Castle. Mark digs in, first pitch. Outside, ball 1. On the day for Castle, a single and a strikeout for Mark. 1 for 2 officially. The pitch coming. Here it is. Bottom of the zone or thereabouts. Strike 1 called by home plate umpire. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch from Will Buck on its way to Mark Castle to lead off the bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Popped up, foul territory. That will land out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Once again, 6, 7, and 8 for the Duelers due up in the inning. Castle, Smith, and Rao. If anybody can reach, Trey or set the 9-hole hitter will come to bat. The 1-2 from Will Buck. Here it comes. Low for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The catcher Lee tried to frame it, but he pulled his glove up a good 3 inches, it looked like. That was clearly low for ball 2. The 2-2 from Buck to Castle on the way. Curveball hangs high and inside. The count is full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the first baseman for the Duelers. Castle awaits the full count pitch. And here it comes. Low, ball 4, a leadoff walk for Mark Castle here in the 5th.
Coming up to the bat, the right fielder, number 42,
Quincy Smith now up 0 for 2, on the day. A double play in the first and a line out to second in the 3rd. The switch hitter, Quincy Smith, will now come up from the left side. Hit from the right side his first 2 times up tonight against the lefty Brooks Cooner. Now facing a righty and Will Buck, so Quincy will hit left-handed. Buck on the rubber from the stretch now. Looks in to get the sign from Lee. Does so. Here comes the pitch. Low for ball 1. Duelers coaching staff at first base is the hitting coach. And, of course, first base coach, Wilhelm Allen. Third base is the manager and head coach, Kyle Schexnayder. The pitching coach is Jacob Snyder. He is, of course, currently in the dugout. The pitch. Low and a nice block back there by Ryan Lee to prevent the runner Castle from taking second, and a meeting at the mound between Lee and Buck. I was talking to first base coach Will Allen just the other day, And he told me something I wasn't really expecting. I was talking to Will, what position did you play, things like that, because he, of course, played at Southern not too long ago at all. And he surprised me and said he pitched. I didn't expect that to come out of his mouth, as he's, of course, the hitting coach here at the Duelers. But what did impress me and what Will said is he's just a student of the game. He loves the game of baseball, and he didn't just limit himself to learning about learning about how to be a better pitcher, since that's what he did at Southern. He took time to kind of study the entire game of baseball, all sides of it. And as a result, he has a lot of knowledge about the entire game, all sides of it, pitching, hitting, and defense, of course. As the next pitch hits Quincy Smith, he'll take first base. And it's first and second now with nobody out. So that was very impressive to me, as Will described his background to me the other day and how he ended up here as the hitting coach, even though he pitched at Southern. Of course, the pitching coach, Jacob Snyder, also pitched at Southern University, as Jacob and Kyle were actually roommates for a long time. And those two grew up together. This first and second, nobody out for the catcher, Brett Rowell, after the hit by pitch. Buck gets the sign. Rowell will square to bunt, pull it back, and take one on the inside corner for strike one. Will bucked. Here comes the next pitch. Swinging away this time is Rowell, and he fouls it away. No balls, 2 strikes now. The Duelers and the Railroaders, their third meeting on the season. One win apiece for each team. A 10-5 win in Fulton last week. And a victory for your Duelers a couple of nights ago by a score of 6-4. In a game that the Duelers led throughout, and Fulton came charging back late. Mark Castle had to close out a scary 9th inning. But the Duelers got the win. That was win number 3 of the 4-game winning streak. Of course, the next night, an 8-5 victory over head coach Kyle Schexnayder's former club, the Hoptown Hoppers. Here on Saturday night before the loss on Sunday here to Paducah, 14-4. An off day yesterday, and the Duelers are back at it here tonight. As it's 0-2 to Rowell. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 1. Brett on the day so far. One for 2, a single, and a ground out to first. Next pitch is swung on and missed. Rowell goes down swinging, and that's the first out of the inning. 9-hole hitter Treyen Dorsett now. On the day for Treyen, 1 for 2, a single, and a pop out to first. Your score, Duelers 7, Railroaders 2. Bottom of inning number 5. Again, my name is Sam Reeves. Thank you all for tuning in to another edition of Duelers Baseball here tonight. The Duelers playing what good baseball here to start the season. 6-3 your record. Playing host to the 5-4 Fulton Railroaders here this evening. First pitch. Outside, ball 1 to Treyen Dorsett. Dorsett, another switch hitter for the Duelers, hitting left-handed against the righty Buck. After hitting right-handed against the lefty, his first 2 times up. Next pitch is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Treyen has a very interesting batting stance, as Fulton's dugout is still chirping at home plate umpire Wayne Seeley. Turned and said something to the coaching staff, and now we're back ready to go. 2-0 to Dorsett, the pitch. Big swing and a miss by Treyen. It's 2-1. On the season coming into today, Dorsett, .273 batting average, 11 ABs, 3 hits, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. And one more hit for him so far on his line tonight. The next pitch is a swung on and missed by Dorsett. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. 2-2, 1 down. Runners up first and second. Mark Castle leads off second. Off of first base is Quincy Smith. The 2-2 to Dorsett. Here it comes. Fouled straight back by Trayan, and we'll do it again at 2-2. Again up here in the press box. Behind the plate here at South Warren Ballpark. A nice facility here in Southern Bowling Green. Alongside Menard Grace running the scoreboard for us tonight. We appreciate his help. And to his right is Jay Sutherland, the PA guy, and also in charge of your game changer as well. 2-2 to Dorsett from Will Buck. He's back up on the rubber. From the stretch, he will get his sign from his catcher, Ryan Lee. Nods yes. Here comes the 2-2. Dorsett takes low and inside, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count is full now. On deck for your Duelers is the top of the order, Jonathan Evans, the DH tonight. But first a 3-2 from Will Buck to Trayan Dorsett. We'll see if the runners are in motion here, as there are runners on first and second with only 1 down. Here comes the pitch. That's high, ball 4. Runners were in motion, but it didn't matter because it's a walk to Trayan Dorsett, and the bases will now be loaded for Jonathan Evans. Evans up with a chance to do some damage and add to the already 7-2 lead for the Duelers. As Mark Castle's on third base, Quincy Smith is on second, and Trayan Dorsett is on first after just drawing the walk. Jonathan Evans 2 for 3 on his day, 2 singles and a strikeout for John. As the left-handed hitter is in the box wearing the high red socks today with the all-blue uniforms. The pitch. A breaking ball, hung there, but Evans was early on it. Swung on and missed, strike 1, 0-1 your count. Buck, the second pitcher on the day for the Railroaders after the starter Brooks Cooner went 4 innings. The 0-1. Another breaking ball finds the zone. It's no balls and 2 strikes now to Jonathan Evans. Jackson Musrock is on deck for the Duelers. Evans into the box. Buck gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Swung on and just got a piece at Evans. Fouled it off at the plate. He will stay alive. The count will be the same. No balls and 2 strikes, excuse me. Game 6 of an 8-game homestand. Duelers and Railroaders here tonight. Duelers with their first of 2 matchups against the Madisonville Miners tomorrow night here at South Warren. The 0-2 on the way. Swung on and missed by Evans. On a pitch in the dirt, he goes down swinging. And they're now 2 down. The base is still loaded for Jackson Musrock. Musrock 2 for 3 on his card today with an RBI. 2 singles and an RBI for Jackson, along with a ground out to shortstop. The Duelers shortstop will dig in, right-handed hitter, with the bases loaded and 2 outs against Will Buck, the Railroaders reliever, first of the night for Fulton. The pitch. Breaking ball, inside corner, strike 1. Oh and 1 your count. And the pitch. A big swing and a miss by Musrock. As he fouled it off of his foot, it looked like maybe, and the ball ended up halfway between the plate and the mound. It's 0-2 now. No balls and 2 strikes with the bases loaded and 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. The Duelers up on the Railroaders 7-2. The pitch from Buck. On the ground, foul, first base side. The count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Sounded like Musrock might have broken that bat. He chucked it toward the dugout in frustration. I think that bat has died if you're Musrock. That's never a good sign for a college kid to break a wooden bat. Those things aren't necessarily cheap, and they, of course, have to supply their own bats in a lot of cases. So Musrock will get a new one now. Take a swing as they'll dig back in the box. Musrock back in the box. 0-2, the pitch from Buck to Musrock. A chopper over the mound to second. A tough play. It's off the bag at second. 1 run scores. Here comes Smith. The throw to the plate's not in time. And that's a weak single, but they'll take it if you're the Duelers. And Musrock will go to second. In your scorebooks, an RBI single for Musrock advanced to second on the error, as he would have beaten it out at first. And now a wild pitch gets back to the screen. In to score safely is Trehan Dorsett, and that is run at number 9 for the Duelers tonight. I will update the score here in a second once things calm down. The Duelers are firing on all cylinders here right now. Wasn't necessarily a ringing single by any account for Musrock, but he placed it perfectly with the new bat. A chopper over the mound as Jorge Vallet and the shortstop Aiden Cloud converged, and it just hit off the bag and allowed another run to score. The pitch is high, ball 2, 2-0 to Sam Slaughter now. That's the second RBI and the third hit on the day for Jackson Musrock. Next pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1. 2-1 to Sam. It's 9-2. Duelers over the Railroaders. I apologize. A little bit late to get that one up. It's 10-2. The Duelers in front. Miscommunication on the score here. I'll fix that on my screen as well. As that last run came home on the wild pitch was the 10th after 2 scored on the single by Musrock, and then the 10th was on the wild pitch. So yes, that is correct. 10-2 your score. Pitch to Slaughter, check swing, did he go? No swing. And that's a walk on 3-2 for Sam Slaughter. First and third now for Jay Curtis.
Coming up the bat, the third, number 38, Jay Curtis.
Runner goes, throw to second, and that's an easy out. But the run might try to take home. He will throw to the plate. Musrock is tagged out, and that will end the inning. But not before the Duelers add 3 more runs and make it 10-2. Franklin After 5, we'll be right back with the 6th on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in here at South Warren, top of the 6th coming up. The Duelers, 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. The Railroaders, 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 errors. That will mark the end of the day for the Duelers starter, Jacob Hernandez, and he had a tremendous outing out there on the mound. Final line for Jacob, 5 innings pitched, 74 pitches, 48 of them for strikes. 2 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. 6 strikeouts and 2 walks. So a tremendous outing by Jacob Hernandez. As the new pitcher will be Jonathan Burns from Trevecca Nazarene. Aiden Cloud will be the first one to greet him, the 2-hole hitter. For his third at-bat of the day, 0 for 2 for Aiden so far. A ground out to third and a line out to third, both to Jay Curtis. First pitch from Burns. Hit in the air, foul territory. In comes Castle to glove it. Foul ball out is out number 1 for the Railroaders here, top of 6. Ryan Lee, the catcher, now up. Ground out to third and a fly out to left for Ryan today. Jonathan Burns for the Duelers, on for his second appearance on the season. Here comes the first pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Burns, in his 1 appearance on the season, 1 inning, got the win in that 1 inning. 1 appearance, got the win on 3 innings pitched. No runs, no hits. No walks, 2 strikeouts for Jonathan Burns, and a 0 ERA as a result. He was rehabbing his way back from an injury, so he was late to arrive to the Duelers, but his first appearance was a quality one. The 1-1 is outside and low, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now. The pitch, chopped foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. To Ryan Lee, the catcher for the Railroaders tonight. In the 3-hole in their order. On deck hitter is Wesley Mann, the DH. The 2-2. Check swing, did he go? No appeal, and it's 3-2. The pitch. Low and away for ball 3. A full count walk for Jonathan Burns. To Ryan Lee. Man out first, one down now for Wesley Mann. Man on the day reached via an error on Jay Curtis in the second and reached on a walk in the fourth. That's another one with no official at-bats via an error and a walk. So this is the third plate appearance and on the first AB possibly for Mann. On the ground to third, Curtis. And it's past the shortstop Musrock as well. Now that found a hole. I don't know how it got past both Curtis and Musrock, but it did. Wasn't hit very hard, but it found the hole. And a single for Mann. Makes it first and second, one down now. Parker Estes, the third baseman from Murray State, up now. 0 for 1 officially, a walk as well in the second for Parker. Had an absolute bomb of a homer here just a few nights ago against the Duelers. Tried to hit another one with that swing there, but was well late on a fastball, 0-1. No balls and one strike to Parker Estes, the third baseman. Burns looks back at second. Here's the next pitch. Fouled straight back. Just missed it. Did Estes, and he knew it. He just missed the barrel on that one. Fouled a fastball straight back to the screen. Kind of lifted his bat up above his head in frustration like he knew he almost had one. It's now no balls and 2 strikes to Parker. Burns gets the sign. Here it comes. Fastball low and in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-2. With Ryan Lee on second, Wesley Mann on first. We are in the top of inning number 6 here from South Warren Ballpark. Again, my name is Sam Reeves. Thank you all for tuning in to Duelers Baseball. Your Duelers up by a score of 10-2. Next pitch, check swing, did he go? It's called strike 3 anyways. Wayne Seeley rings up Parker Estes. That's the first strikeout on the day for Jonathan Burns. Now 2 down with runners on first and second. Landon Rogers, the left fielder, in now. Sacrifice bunt in the second and a double in the fifth. Next pitch, hit in the air to right. In comes Quincy Smith to glove it, and that'll land the top of inning number 6. No runs scored on 1 hit, 2 men left on. And after 5.5, the Duelers 10. The Railroaders 2 will be back with the 6th, bottom half of the 6th, right after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. While we have a minute, we would like to thank some of our sponsors of Duelers Baseball here in the summer 2022 season. They include Fresh Squeezed Goods. They offer customized laser cut and engraved gifts for every occasion. Dads, as Father's Day is coming up, just a heads up, guys. Grads, corporate promotions, parties, and events. FreshSqueezeGoods.com is the place to go to start your custom order today. Also, we would like to thank Condo Flooring and Installation. For all your flooring, tile, and backsplash needs, Condo Flooring is the right choice. Contact Phil Condo at 931-561-8607 for more information today. Also, El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill. Located at 1403 Nashville Road in Franklin, Kentucky, El Mazatlan is a proud supporter of the Duelers. We'd like to thank Holly J's Bar and Grill in Franklin. You can find them at 1326 Nashville Road. They're available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate Holly J's continued support of Duelers Baseball.
Coming out to the plate, number 38, Jay Curtis.
A new pitcher on the mound for the Railroaders. It's a new pitcher for Fulton. is Drew Davis from Southeastern Illinois College in Clinton, Kentucky, the right-handed pitcher on. Third pitcher on the day after Cooner went 4 and Buck went 1. First pitch, Curtis pops it up behind the plate. Out of play, foul ball. Jay Curtis, the newest member of your Duelers, actually played football and baseball under the Duelers head coach Kyle Schexnayder when Kyle was an assistant for both sports at John Curtis Christian High School. Or Christian School, excuse me. So next pitch on a line foul, third base side. That's out of play, no balls, 2 strikes. Also, an interesting fact for you, Jay is the grandson of a legendary high school football coach, J.T. Curtis, who leads the country. And he's still an active coach with 600-plus wins. That's very impressive. Thank you to Kyle's parents, Chris and Sandra, for the stats there. We appreciate that, and I appreciate them tuning in every single night, as they definitely deserve a shout-out. Their son has been putting together wins here for his club, the Duelers, this summer. Their record 6-3. Also, Kyle's been gracious enough to talk to me after every night. We post those interviews on the links to them on social media. You can follow us there and find them. The 0-2 to Curtis. Outside corner, strike 3 call. Then Jay strikes out looking to open the 6th. As the interviews I was just referring to are posted on SoundCloud. Duelers Baseball on SoundCloud is where you can find those. I also post a link on our Facebook and Twitter pages. On Facebook, you can find us at Franklin Duelers. On Twitter, you can find us at Duelers Baseball. So the easiest way to find those interviews post-game, I'll usually post them the next morning, is to just go find us on one of those 2 social media pages. The link will be there for you. Appreciate Kyle taking the time to talk to me every night. As the first pitch from Davis is inside low, ball 1 to the pinch hitter, Evan Kirk, who's pinch hitting for second baseman Matt Jenkinson. And Wayne Seeley steps out behind the plate and is still talking to the Fulton dugout. Hasn't thrown anybody out, but he's taking a lot of time to chat with them over there. Now back behind the dish. The 1-0. Inside corner, strike 1, called to Evan Kirk. Evan from the University of Montevallo in Spanish Fork, Alabama. The 1-1. For a ball high, ball 2, 2-1. Kirk pinch hitting for Matt Jenkinson. Reached on an error in the first, a walk, and a 1-5 out to third base, but Kirk is up for his first AB of the night. Next pitch, a breaking ball hits the bottom of the zone or thereabout for a strike, 2-2. Kirk will likely stay in the ballgame at second as the 2-2. As they say, Kirk is out. That's a little confusing. He leaned into the pitch, I guess. Well, that's interesting. And now Wayne Seeley's talking to our dugout. He just threw somebody out. What in the world? He just threw 2 people out. Wow. He might have just thrown a third one out. I don't know, man. What in the world? I'm sorry, and I'm not going to bash on umpires, but this is summer ball. Like, he threw out at least 2 guys. I don't know exactly who. Treyan Dorsett looks to be one of them. He's still talking to our dugout. And Kelvin Reese might be the other one. Okay. This has turned into, and I'm not going to bash on umpires. I appreciate the hard work they do. But Wayne Seeley seems to be kind of making the game about himself. This is just summer ball. The boys are having fun out there on both sides, and this has kind of gone both ways. He's been angry at both benches. As you know, I'm not going to be mad at umpires. You know, I appreciate everything they do. They're generally good at their jobs, but I mean, this is a little bit too much control, I think, by the home plate umpire. That's just my opinion, though. As the first pitch is lined down the left field line, that is fair and a ringing double down the line. Slide into second base, safely standing up is the next Dueler hitter. That is Mark Castle with a ringing double for Mark. As Quincy Smith will now dig in with a runner on second and one down. First pitch is a strike to Quincy Smith. Next pitch is low and away, ball one to Quincy. Runner at second, one down for the Duelers, up 10-2 here in the sixth. We're still trying to figure out exactly who was ejected. If I figure that out, I'll let you guys know. We believe Trey and Dorsett was one of them. I don't think Kelvin Reese was another, as the next pitch is popped up. That will land foul. And it's 1-2 now, I believe. Yes. As now the third base umpire just threw out one of our guys at second base. What in the world? I'm so confused. So Mark Castle just got thrown out. He was standing on second after the double. This is kind of insane. As we now have a pinch runner for Castle. That's Jackson Norris. He'll pinch run after the ejection. As I even think head coach Kyle Schexnayder is perplexed over there at third. This whole thing is confusing. As this is kind of crazy. As Jackson Norris is now at second after taking over for Mark Castle, who was just ejected after he was standing on second base after a double. 1-2 with two outs. That pitch is high, ball three to Quincy Smith. So I would believe that Evan Kirk will take over at second and Jackson Norris at first in the next inning defensively. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Quincy Smith. These last 5 minutes of gameplay have been very confusing to me, folks, and I apologize I haven't painted a better picture, but I think you probably get the point of what's going on. There's a lot of ejections and talking going on by the umpiring crew. One of the other ejections we believe up here is Clayton Taylor. He's heading out of the dugout. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. I'll do it again at 2-2. As this whole thing is confusing. But we'll figure it out if we can and let you know. As the 3-2 is swung on and missed a breaking ball, and that's strike three, and the eventful sixth inning is finally over. We'll head to the seventh. We're scored still 10-2, Duelers in front. And we'll be right back. We're back in. We're trying to get everything figured out here, folks, as we head to the top of inning number 7. Still 10-2 Duelers. As Jackson Norris takes over at first base for Mark Castle, who was ejected when he was standing on second in the last inning, and Evan Kirk takes over at second as he just pinch hit for Matt Jenkinson. Jonathan Burns is back to the mound. First batter he faces this inning is Callahan. First pitch is outside corner, strike one called. Ryan Callahan in the box. Next pitch is low and away, ball 1-1. Callahan 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer back in the 5th. Burns the 1-1 is low and away, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Two balls, 1 strike. Burns gets the sign from Rowell. Here comes the next pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. 2-2 now. As it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. To Ryan Callahan, the leadoff hitter. So we believe the ejections were Castle, we know of, Clayton Taylor, and Kelvin Reese, we think. Don't quote us on that. As the next pitch comes up and hits, Brett Rowell on the mask. Home plate umpire will give him time to recollect himself and walk the new baseball out to the mound. Nobody has been ejected from Fulton, at least yet. There has been just as much talking over there by both the home plate umpire and the bench as there was on our side, the Duelers. So we'll see. There's still 3 more innings to be played. As apparently Renard Grace, has intel for us. I'll let you know that when we have it. Stand by, everybody. I will get some info and be right back with you as the first batter strikes out swinging. So it was Tran Dorsett, everybody, who got thrown out, apparently for doing nothing wrong. According to Renard Grace, who was just down there trying to figure stuff out for us, the umpire, home plate umpire Wayne Seeley, kind of just motioned toward the dugout and chose somebody out of the group of chirping people. And then Castle was thrown out because he asked the umpire was it fair or foul, and the second base umpire just decided to throw him out of the game, even though he was standing on second. So we have a new left fielder. I'll try to figure out who that is in a second and let you know, as it's no longer Dorsett. Brady Holloway is the pinch hitter now for Jackson Shoulders. Holloway swings and misses. Rowell will tag him, and that's out number 2. So Kelvin Reese isn't left. He was not ejected. It was Castle and Dorsett. There may have been a third. If there is, we'll let you know. But it's for sure Castle and Dorsett. And Kelvin Reese is now in left. It's 0-1 now to a pinch hitter. That is Kyrie Tribble, as the next pitch is absolutely popped up high and in the air. Jay Curtis is there. Musrock is there, and Musrock will bring it down to retire the side. After 6.5, the Duelers still up 10-2. We'll be right back with the bottom half after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in here, about ready to begin the bottom of the 7th inning. Your score 10-2. Duelers in front of the Railroaders. Brett Rao will dig in, the catcher for the Duelers. Rao on the day, 1 for 3, had a single back in the 2nd. He'll dig in to face Clinton Davis in for his 2nd inning of work. The first pitch, low and away, ball 1. Should be Rao, Kelvin Reese, and then the top of the order, as Reese is now in left, replacing Trey Dorsett, who got ejected. Next pitch is in there for strike 1. Or 0-2, excuse me. No balls and 2 strikes. It's now 1-2, excuse me, as scoreboard's getting caught up here. A curveball is outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And it's 2-2 now to Rao, the pitch. Check swing, did he go? Appeal to third, no swing. And it's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter, Brett Rao, here in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes the pitch. Popped up. Third base side, Parker Estes over. He got it in foul territory and brings it in for out number 1. Kelvin Reese now up for the Duelers. Again, pitch hitting for Dorsett. Kelvin, the NABC All-Star from Stoneman College. Hit .333 on the year at Stoneman. And a hit by pitch on pitch number 1 to Reese. And he'll take first base.
Number 26, Jonathan Evans.
Jonathan Evans, the DH, now up for at-bat number 4 on the night. 2 for 4 for John tonight. Man on first, now 1 out. Kelvin Reese is over there first. We'll see if Kelvin takes off. And that's a drive to right. It will stay in the park, though, and be caught by the center fielder in right center. That is Callahan over there. Just got under it a bit too much to Evans. He's now 2 for 5 after the fly out to center. Musrock now into the box. 3 for 4 for Jackson with 2 RBIs on the night. First pitch, ball 1. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. That's right. As Musrock will dig in from the right side with a runner on first. That's Kelvin Reese, the pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes from Clinton Davis, the third pitcher on the day. Next pitch. Got the bottom of the zone, strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike. 3-1 to the Duelers shortstop, Jackson Musrock. The pitch, Reese will take off. Musrock fouls it away, out of play. And it is 3 balls and 2 strikes now, a full count. 3-2 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. The Duelers 10, the Railroaders 2. Davis gets assigned the pitch. Swing and a miss, on a breaking ball. That will end the inning. After 7, still 10-2, Duelers by 8. We'll be back with the top of the 8th after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in here at South Warren High School, about ready to begin the 8th, top half of the 8th. Jonathan Burns on for his 3rd inning of work here. Has looked very good in the first 2. 2 innings of work so far. 1 hit, no runs. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk for Jonathan. Braxton Baird will be the pinch hitter up for the Railroaders. And appears he will be pinch hitting for Jorge Vallette, leadoff man. As Baird will be pinch hitting for the leadoff man, Jorge Vallette. First pitch is ball 1 from Burns. Here comes the 1-0. Foul ball, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Braxton Baird. Will likely stay in at second base. Baird, 261 on the season. The next pitch from Burns. Low and inside. The 2-2 or 3-1? Let's find out. 3-1. 3-1 your count. Here comes the 3-1 from Burns. Foul off, full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Burns is on in relief of the starter Jacob Hernandez, who went a fantastic 5 innings of work. 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. And this is Burns' 3rd inning of work for Jonathan from Trevecca Nazarene. Full count pitch on the ground, a line to Curtis, and a nice play out there. Gets a hand over there from Burns. Nice catch on a liner by Jay, and that's 1 up, 1 down in the 8th. Blake Loper now up. He's pinch hitting for Aiden Cloud. The first pitch low and inside, ball 1. Loper from Northwest Mississippi Community College in Oxford, Mississippi. Of course, Oxford, the home of the Ole Miss Rebels. Pitch is, I guess, low. Ball 2. Next pitch is high. Ball 3 from Jonathan Burns to Blake Loper, the pinch hitter. 10 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Duelers. 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors for the Railroaders. The pitch catches the zone. 3-1 now your count. Blake Loper pinch hitting for Aiden Cloud. Next one. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count pitch. On the ground, past Burns and past the second base bag into center. That's a softly hit 1-out single for Blake Loper off the bench. And he will be on first base with 1 down. For Matt Meyer pinch hitting for the catcher Ryan Lee. First pitch, high ball 1. So likely it'll be Meyer behind the plate, Barrett at second, and Loper at short here bottom half. Next pitch, outside corner, strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike now. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch hits the bottom of the zone. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the pinch hitting catcher, Matt Meyer. Here comes the pitch. Low into the dirt. Blocked nicely by Brett Rowell back there, and it's 2-2. The Duelers jumped out to an early lead. Had 2 in the first, 4 in the second. It's like a 6-0 lead. Also 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth to get you to 10, as that's strike 3 called to Matt Meyer. He sits down after a strike 3 looking. And they're 2 down now. Wesley Mann, the DH, now to dig in. So the Duelers 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth. The Railroaders 2 in the fifth to make it 10-2. One-0 from Burns. The pitch is high and inside for ball 2. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Cody Schexnader, Kyle's brother, watching in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Thank you to Cody for tuning in. We appreciate it. The entire Schexnader clan seems to be tuning in tonight. So thank you to all of them for watching. Next pitch is outside for ball 3 from Burns. And this 3-0 from Jonathan Burns. The pitch is poked foul away. 3-1. I know there's a lot of people from all over the country watching. I was looking at the analytics here a couple of nights ago, and a lot of my family and friends from the Kansas and Missouri areas, I guess, are tuning in. I appreciate all of them, of course. And then, of course, family and friends of these guys out here on the field tuning in quite often as well, and the coaching staff, members of their families tuning in. We appreciate all of you guys for tuning in to Duelers Baseball tonight and on a nightly basis as well. It's the returning viewers that especially stick out to me that I am grateful for watching night in and night out. 3-2 in the air to deep center. Back goes the center fielder Slaughter to the track, and it's off the wall. Around third to score is 1 run, and into second is Wesley Mann with a 2-out RBI double as Blake Loper crosses the plate. And it's 10-3. As that ball, looking back at it, went off of Slaughter's glove. That's an error on Sam out there. Tough play, had to range a long way, but it did hit his glove. And if it hits your glove out there in the outfield, that's going to be an error most likely. And we'll call it that up here in the press box as well. An error on Slaughter in center. An unearned run charged to Jonathan Burns. First pitch to the next hitter, Parker Estes, is low and away, ball one. That is the Duelers' second error on the night. 10 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. For the Railroaders, 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors. So definitely not the cleanest of baseball games here this evening in any facet of the word. As the next one's fouled off, strike one. 1-1 from Jonathan Burns to the third baseman, Parker Estes. Burns gets his sign. The next pitch. High for ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 from Burns on the way. That pitch, I guess, misses inside. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to the right-handed hitting third baseman, Parker Estes. Burns gets his sign with man off second, 2 down. The pitch. On a line into the gap, and that will fall. Around third to score comes Wesley Mann into second, standing up safely is Parker Estes. An RBI double makes it 10-4 now in the 8th, still 2 men down. Burns will go back up to the hill. There's Garner Anderson, utility man from Martin, Tennessee, pinch hits now. He will be pinch hitting for the left fielder, Landon Rogers. And before he can dig in, we have a meeting at the mound between the pitcher, Jonathan Burns, the catcher, Brett Rao, and the pitching coach out there as well for your Duelers as well. Jacob Snyder in on the party, talking to his pitcher, and home plate umpire Wayne Seeley is going to go out there to break up the conference. He makes his way back to the hill as Jacob is still talking and turns around and heads back to the dugout. Not a word said. Probably smart with the way tensions have been in this ball game tonight. All players and umpires and coaches are back in their respective positions. Snyder back in the dugout. Wayne Seeley back behind the plate. Home plate umpire. And Burns on the rubber with Anderson in the box. First pitch. Outside corner. Strike one called. Parker Estes now leads off second as the Railroaders have had 2 runners score this inning. Next pitch is a big swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Burns. Makes it 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Jonathan. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Garner Anderson heads back to the dugout on 3 strikes. And after 7.5, the Duelers still up 10-4. Bottom half after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. Defensive changes for the Railroaders here, bottom of the 8th. The new pitcher is a left-hander, Sam Cooper from Volunteer State Community College in Franklin, Tennessee. The new catcher is Matt Meyer. At shortstop is Braxton Baird. The second baseman is Blake Loper. And the left fielder is Garner Anderson. So quickly around the infield, the catcher is Meyer, first base Holloway, second baseman Loper, shortstop Baird. Third baseman is still Parker Estes. Left field Garner Anderson, center field Callahan. And right fielder Kyrie Tribble. Sam Slaughter digs in to start the bottom of the 8th. Sam Slaughter, the first to greet the new pitcher in the 8th. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. So the only 2 defenders in the game from the start of the game that are still there are Ryan Callahan, in center, and Parker Estes at third base. The rest of the defensive alignment has all been pinch hitters or defensive replacements here tonight for the Railroaders throughout the course of this game. It's 10-4 now, your score. Duelers in front. Let me fix the score for the Railroaders. My apologies. 10-4. There we go. As the count is 3-0 to Sam Slaughter, who leads off the bottom of the 8th. Sam awaits the 3-0. Here it comes. It's high and away, ball 4, and a leadoff walk to Sam Slaughter, the 3-hole hitter. Man on, nobody out for Jay Curtis. Jay Curtis. And in the box for at-bat number 2, plate appearance number 5 on the day. At-bat number 3, I guess, as the case may be. Curtis had a walk in the first, a sac fly RBI in the second, an RBI double in the fourth, and a strikeout in the 6th. First pitch, inside corner, strike 1. Oh, 1, the pitch. Runner takes off Slaughter, and it's fouled away. He'll have to turn around and go back to first on the foul ball from Curtis. So thank you to everybody for tuning in here tonight. I know a bunch of my friends and family are watching, so thank you to them and everybody in Duelers Nation, as they say, for tuning in here tonight. The Duelers dominating this one by a score of 10-4, bottom of the 8th, as Jay Curtis digs in. Behind in the count 0-2 against the lefty, Sam Cooper, with Sam Slaughter off first. Here's the pitch. A breaking ball hangs in the air. Curtis gets underneath it and flies it to left, the new left fielder. And second basemen are out, and that ball falls safely, but a throw to second's in time. And Sam Slaughter is forced out over there at second. The ball hung there between the left fielder and the shortstop as Braxton Baird went out. Garner Anderson came in. The ball fell. Baird picked it up and threw into the second baseman Loper. And it was there in time to get Slaughter, we think. Kyle Schexnader having a conversation with the third base / second base umpire as Renard Grace sitting up here with me running the scoreboard believes second baseman came off the bag, and I think he's right. It did look like from up here second baseman came off the bag. They will confer, the 3 umpires, and we'll see what the conclusion is here in a second. As it appears Sam Slaughter is still ruled out Okay. And he will come back to the third base dugout. So the thought of the second baseman coming off the bag, according to the umpires, did not occur. Now a man on first is Jay Curtis with one down, and that's an error on the shortstop, Braxton Baird, on that last play. First pitch to the next hitter for the Duelers. That's Evan Kirk. This ball one. Evan came on to pinch hit for the starting second baseman Matt Jenkinson in a few innings ago, and in his first at bat, Kirk struck out in the sixth. So Jay Curtis leads off first with one down. Evan Kirk in the box against Sam Cooper, the pitch. A little bit of a half swing, and that's on the ground foul, third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jackson Norris, the on-deck hitter, as he came on to replace Mark Castle, who was ejected a couple of innings ago. That's 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bottom of the eighth, 10-4 Duelers over the Railroaders. Throw back to first. Curtis dives back in safely on a close play over there. First base coach Will Allen over to say a few words to Jay. We're back ready to go. Cooper on the rubber. Curtis off first. Evan Kirk back in the box, 1-1. There comes the pitch. Kirk right back up the middle as Loper steps on second, throws to first, and that's a double play to end the bottom of inning number 8. We head to the ninth. The Duelers, 3 outs away from victory. Come back for the ninth after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. While we have a minute, we would like to thank our sponsors. They include Holly J's Bar and Grill in Franklin, El Potrero Cantina and Grill in Franklin, also Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation and Kelly Ann Sanders with them as well. Peekaview Ultrasound and Imaging in Franklin. Sure Stay Hotel, Bowling Green North. If you're coming into town, whether it be for a Duelers game or for any other event here in Bowling Green, be sure to check out Sure Stay. Wildfire Barbecue, serving delicious barbecue in the region for over 20 years. They're the official barbecue restaurant of the Duelers. Woody's Glove Repair in Franklin. Heidi Barks Photography. And Fresh Squeeze Goods. We appreciate all of their support of Duelers baseball this season. As Gage Kaufman on to try to get the ninth inning outs here. Final line on the day for Jonathan Burns. A tremendous outing for Jonathan in his second appearance as a Dueler. 3 innings pitched. 57 total pitches for Jonathan. 34 of which were strikes. 3 hits, 2 runs, neither of which were earned. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. And now Gage Kaufman from Bossier City Community College in to try to close this thing out from Lake Charles, Louisiana. As Gage on the mound, getting his warm-up pitches in. Throw down in a second by Rowell. About ready to go here in the ninth. First batter to the plate for the Railroaders is Ryan Callahan. One of the only couple of hitters that are still in this lineup from their starting lineup for Fulton here today. Only 2 of which are still here. Callahan, the center fielder, he's up now. And then Parker Estes, the third baseman, also still in the lineup. Kaufman, the righty. Sidearm in there, strike 1. The next pitch on the ground to first. Foul. 0-2 your count now to Callahan. Ryan Callahan, 1 for 3, had a 2-run homer in the 5th. Also 2 strikeouts for Ryan tonight. Gage Kaufman on the rubber. Gets the sign from his catcher, Rowell. Here comes the 0-2. And that pitch is just outside. Brett Rowell thought it was strike 3. It's not strike 3, so it's the home plate umpire, Wayne Seeley, and it's 1-2 now. Kaufman gets the sign once more. And the 1-2. Low into the dirt, ball 2. Count even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Your score, Duelers 10, Railroaders 4. Top of inning number 9 here from South Warren High School. Duelers back at it tomorrow, same time, same place. 7:05 first pitch against the Miners. Next pitch. In the air to left. Reese goes back at the track. And he will bring it in for out number 1. Fly out to left to start the 9th for Gage Kaufman. Brady Holloway, the first baseman, in now. First pitch. Off the outside corner, ball 1. Holloway came on to pinch hit for the starting first baseman, Jackson Shoulders. In his first at bat, Holloway struck out. Next pitch. Low in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Brady Holloway from Southwest Tennessee Community College in Proctor, Arkansas. Started at first base in Fulton last week. Next pitch. In the air. The shortstop out. Musrock, and who made the catch? As the shortstop, left fielder, and center field all converged, it's Sam Slaughter's ball, and he was the one to make the catch. Fly out to center in the book. As that's out number 2. 1 out away now for the Duelers from a victory. Kyrie Tribble now up for his second at bat of the day. Popped out to short his first time up. Tribble from Berea College in Greenfield, Tennessee. First pitch from Kaufman. Outside corner, strike 1. That's a nice pitch there to start off Tribble. Gage gets a sign. Here it comes. Fouled off at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 strike away now are the Duelers from victory. 10-4 your score. Tomorrow against the Madisonville Miners, a team the Duelers will only see twice, at least in the regular season. First meeting of the year between the 2 teams. As the Miners come over to South Warren to play the Duelers. 1 more strike to get for Gage Kaufman. Gets a sign from Well. Timeout is called at the plate by Tribble. He'll step out. Back into the box now for Kyrie. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 swinging. And that'll do it. The Franklin Duelers victorious over the Fulton Railroaders by a score of 10-4. All started by a tremendous performance out there on the mound from Jacob Hernandez and Gage Kaufman up to close it out. A 10-4 victory. Offense got going here tonight. As that'll do it here for the Duelers. A new winning streak after their 4-game winning streak was snapped on Sunday against Paducah. The Duelers start a new one here tonight. Final score, Duelers 10, Railroaders 4. Final line, 10 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for the Duelers. 4 runs, 5 hits, and 4 errors for the Fulton Railroaders. Winning pitcher, Jacob Hernandez. He went 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned. 2 walks and 6 strikeouts, so a tremendous outing for Jacob. Losing pitcher is the starter, Brooks Cooner, the lefty, who went 4 innings, 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 were earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. No save, of course, for this one. As the pitchers to follow Hernandez were Jonathan Burns for 3 innings. He was tremendous as well. 2 runs were given up, but neither of which were earned. And then Gage Kaufman worked the 9th. Final line for Kaufman on the night. 1 inning pitch, no hits, no runs, 1 strikeout, no walks. So that'll do it for Sam Reeves. Thank you all for listening to this one tonight. And once again, we're back at it tomorrow. Same time, same place, South Warren High School. First pitch, 7:05. The Duelers and the Madisonville Miners meet for the first time this season. Thank you all for tuning in tonight, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow back here from Bowling Green. Have a tremendous rest of your night. Once again, final score, Duelers 10, Railroaders 4. Thank you all for listening, and I'll talk